Okay, so this is the second half of your fall 25 semester assignment schedule for 708. Um, so, like I said, we'll have somewhat of an informal, little bit of a breather in what will essentially be from calendar week 9. And then, uh, as we get into sort of the second half of the semester, which is probably by calendar a little bit more than second half, a little bit further, will be week 10 will be just lecture content and readings. And then week that next week will be going through the law enforcement, PHI, and law enforcement criminal justice systems module. And on November 9th, the end of that week, your post for your second current events will be due. This will be the same, and again, you'll see the detailed instructions in a separate video. But this will be the same. Basically, it's two assignments. We'll do one current events discussion post together, which I will do with you. Will be We'll do one in the first half and one in the second half of the semester. So it'll be the same format of assignment. We're just going to do one for the first half and one for the second half. All right, and then after that, and that is November 9th. So that'll be, and then going into the next week will just be going through lecture content and readings, and then the next week, coming right before Thanksgiving, you'll have the your virtual presentation assignment will be due. So you'll submit that end of week, on November 23rd, end of that weekend before Thanksgiving, and then you'll also have our second to last content module that week, and then the following week, coming back from Thanksgiving, your final exam will be posted, and you'll be doing your final module of course content on reflecting on the COVID pandemic from a IBH perspective. That'll be our last. That'll be our last new content that week, and so you can begin. You'll have your last content, and you'll begin working on the final exam. And then that last week, all you'll have to do, in addition to hopefully you read my feedback from your virtual presentation assignment, which I will be doing that week after. That following week after you submit them, so that you have them for the feedback to look at for that final week while you're doing your final exam. But it'll just be looking at your feedback and doing your final exam that last week, which will end of weekend on December 7th. And like I said, the grades will be due for graduating students really soon after that. So that date ends up being pretty hard deadline to get everything in, so I can get your grades in on time. Okay, that is your schedule, and hope that's helpful in trying to lay everything out for you in an organized way.